and 3, I believe, with it is his total record. And
Yeah, maybe
that was
save
a
a little
doozy of a
mental.
game.
Yeah, save a little mental energy there at the end of it. Scoop it up a little early. The writing was on the wall. I don't think there is a series of draws, even with drawing the rest of his deck, where he could get out of there. So I don't mind the concession there at all, even when you're not dead, because honestly, it's been a long day for him. That deck goes super long. Might as well save all the mental energy you can.
That game alone lasted as long as the entire Shoot versus Prophecy series. So,
Yeah.
whew.
Yeah, Prophecy's having to play a back-to-back match as well, so props on him to be able to keep his mental strength up as well, because there's something to be said about getting swept out of your chance to make it in the finals and then kind of just phoning in your next match. And we get to see the really cool Shaman deck, and he's got Hex in this deck, and I gotta believe it's a 2 of, and I think that card seems pretty well matched up against this Paladin deck.
Yeah, I would definitely say so. I'm just curious to see how this match is going to play out, because it's a deck that we've sort of come to know a little bit over the short course of so far in Standard with the N'Zoth Death Rattle Paladin, but we really haven't seen sort of these slower Shaman decks, the slower forms of mid-range Shaman decks be fleshed out, and I'm very curious to see how that's going to happen.
Yeah, it was for people who may have not seen Prophecy's earlier match. It looked like he just had an aggro Paladin hand, but with that Fire Elemental drawn, you can see what you're talking about. This version has a lot of 4 and 5 drops in it. It has a Bloodlust in it. So if Pacoima is not aware of that Bloodlust, I think there's possibly a turn where Prophecy could just sneak a win with that card as well.
Yeah, and I mean the match was broadcasted, so unless Pacoima just had better things to do. I can imagine he would have watched and seen that Bloodlust was actually used. So
yeah, I would like to think he did some scouting, but every now and then people just want to take a break, to feel like it helps their play more.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, Tunnel Trog.
That was my
late.
sleeper pick for League of Explorers, by the way, as the best card in this set.
Yeah. It was really good, and I know people experimented at the beginning with like mid-range Shaman. They're like, oh yeah, mid-range Shaman is going to be so good, it's getting so many tools. And then to the end of expansion, it's just like, oh, aggro Shaman. Which aggro Shaman was a thing pre-League of Explorers, it was just aggro mechs.
Yep.
Because people realized that Shamans have an absurd amount of burst damage. It just got infinitely better because Tunnel Trog and Totem Golem are better than any mechs that you can possibly have.
Every time I think of that deck, I think of what was it, like ATLC or RDU just went like 2-10 with it, but they still won the whole tournament with that deck or whatever. He just like, and people kept blasting him on Twitter about it, and he was like, "No, I promise you, the deck's good." He's like, "I'm just drawing like crap every game."
Yeah. Yep. So I think Prophecy's kind of happy to see Eldar Peacekeeper. It gives him the target to Lightning Bolt. Now he's got a pretty clean turn with Tuskar Totemic plus Lightning Bolt. And Spar Totem, below average. Nah, I think it still say it's above average for totems. You want to see Mana Tides, Totem Golem, Flame Tongue.
Yeah. You want one of the ones that you can't get off your hero power. Those are like most of the best ones, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes Taunt Totem from it is good if you want to protect a minion that you played early on, like a Totem Golem. But other than that, yeah.
I'm not sure if he's running the card or not, but this helps decrease the cost of Thing from Below as well, because you are summoning a totem.
Yeah, he's running it. We saw it in his mulligan for the first game that he played with this deck.
I thought I saw it. I wasn't 100% sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I really like that card a lot, by the way, in these like mid-range Shaman decks, because you're running cards like Tuskar Totemic. You're gonna be using your hero power more often than the aggressive version anyway, and just getting that card in on a turn where like you could do it for a lot cheaper is a really big tempo gain in some of these matches.
Huh.
Okay, so this is a weird turn for Prophecy. He can develop his board a lot here, but it costs him a good bit. I mean, if you just develop the Totem Golem, you can Azure Drake next turn. But if you were to just like move all in to try to make your Tunnel Trog as good as possible, your next turn is very bad, most likely. So I think I would like to see Totem this turn.
Yeah. Ancestral Knowledge is, always going to be pretty good later in the game because it can help you dig for stuff when you need to find something specific. But right now he does have plays, so there's no reason to try and find more plays when you already have plays. So he's going to go ahead and do that. Pacoima just went ahead and consecrated last turn, which didn't really do too much. What it did was it cleared like two things off the board, but it left 2 things at 1 health, which means that he was setting up for like Wild Pyromancer plus Humility. But he could have been punished pretty heavily by a Healing Totem. So I don't necessarily know if I agree with it, but definitely an interesting lineup play.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually a really good point. I was thinking about that. If the Healing Totem comes off of his hero power here, that's actually a really big play because then Bacoma might have to use an equality again. And there's a lot of things and a lot of boards that Bacoma's going to want an equality in this matchup.
Yeah.
Still going to get a lot of value off this Wild Pyromancer here. This is a pretty good turn for him. Clean up 3 minions, set up an Infestatorian, and ooh, new card. Oh, there's an Elemental Destruction in this deck. All right.
Wow. So Elemental Destruction combined with Halazeal is probably the most absurd combination that's ever existed. Because you heal from all the damage. So if there's not even a lot of minions on the board, even if it's just a reasonable amount of minions on the board, it's a full heal.
Yeah, we're going to 30 with that combination every time.
Yeah.
True Silver Champion, great card here for Bacoma. It's going to help him clean up this board a ton. True Silver Champion, I got to believe, has become an even better card than it was before because it just feels like every deck has Azure Drake in it now.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. It's a 4-mana 7/7. PogChamp.
Get triggered, Reddit.
Yeah. But, Fire Elemental feels kind of good here, but it's also just going to get traded into by this board. So, maybe not the best. The Shaman deck feels like it's going to be in some trouble here as this game progresses.
Yeah, but what else is Bacoma going to do this turn? He's got kind of a weak turn here. He's got a Humility if he wants to just take less damage from the Fire Elemental if he's starting to worry about his life total, but he is going to be Ragnarosing most likely next turn or laying on handsing, so he's going to be getting 8 life probably in some way next turn. So, but the thing is, if he trades in here, he's just going to hero power and pass.
Maybe he feels like he needs to just equality here. Equality, get rid of this Fire Elemental, and then hero power, and hold on to the True Silver. So that way next turn he's in a better position to play the Ragnaros Light Lord.
Yeah, I like that a little bit more than trading in your True Silver and your 1/1, but it just matters how much he values equality here.
Yep, I like equality.
Oh, he's going to go ahead and use the True Silver Champion here. Would you have trading in your 1/1 a little bit more there? Maybe save the True Silver Champion for something in case he has another Azure Drake or some other minion that you can kill?
I don't really think so. I think your board is just as effective as that 4/4. I mean, what do you expect him to play? I guess it counters Azure Drake. But that's about it. I don't know.
It lets you trade up your next 1/1 with a Fire Elemental without having to use something like equality.
It makes your second equality better, I suppose. And maybe he thinks he's going to be able to take out a bigger minion.
All right, this Solemn Vigil picked up here. He's going to get a couple new cards here. Ooh, he picks up a Stampeding Kodo. He's going to have that Stampeding Kodo plus Humility. And even more importantly, he picks up Aldor Peacekeeper here. Big draw for Bacoma there. And there's that thing from below that we were talking about. It's already at 1 mana.
Yeah, and might even... Oh, wow, he actually is going to totem up. Okay. I thought he was just going to play Azure Drake there, but going to go with the Lightning Storm play. Needs to roll high here, though. Actually, I guess he didn't really need to. He could have.
Yeah, he would have just been able to trade in, yeah. But this is going to let him do a thing from below for free here, get in a damage. Bacoma could take care of this a couple different ways, though. Well, I guess Kodo doesn't just immediately take care of it.
Mm-hmm. Take care of the Healing Totem.
Oh, yeah. That's the one you really want to get.
Yeah.
Kodo's a lot like Knife Juggler. It just does whatever it wants, and a lot of the times it's not the best one for you.
Yeah.
My favorite's when you have like 3 or 4 minions on board that have one toughness, and you juggle a knife and it just goes face, and the next one goes face again, and the juggler just looks at you and he's like, "That's what you wanted, right? You want a smork."
Oh man. I mean, I think you just play. I've said this so many times. I said it like 5 times in the last game. I've said it already 3 times in this game, or twice in this game. You just play the Ragnaros Light Lord. It's an 8/8 that has to be killed.
It's like so strange watching how much he's like valued this card and not giving it away. Just won't put it into play. He's just so tunnel visioned on control. I gotta wonder like what's his reasoning behind this. But he's just gonna go ahead and humility and lay on hands. He's gonna take this time to gain 8 life and draw some more cards here.
Well, okay. We'll see.
Maybe trying to make Prophecy super overcommit here. There's that card we talked about. If Vekoma does not heal this turn and does not clear this board, he might be in a lot of trouble.
And I mean, he has equality, but he doesn't have any activators for it. Picks up Solemn Vigil, but I don't think that's enough.
Yeah. So
is there any way that he survives here?
This is what, 21 damage?
Yeah. Oh, wait. Okay, if it's only 21, then that's not true. 15. Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. So it's 21. But
he is running Lightning Bolt.
Yeah, if he picks up any other burst, I think he's got to run more than Lightning Bolt. If he's running Halazeal, he's got to run a lot more than Lightning Bolt as far as spells go.
Well, he's got
maybe not
Storm and Elemental Destruction, so maybe he's just got Lightning Bolts for like a little more early interaction. But
yeah,
maybe there's a charge minion.
Yeah,
I doubt it, but
yeah.
But getting Vekoma to 1, I mean, we haven't seen Forbidden Healing in his deck, so he can't just gain 20 in a turn.
Yeah, if he plays Ragnaros the Light Lord here, he goes back up to 30. So it would be a little harder.
Mm.
And it would give Pacoima another turn to pick up an equality activator.
Every one of his turns here are just so anguished for Pacoima. He's totally rope coaching us.
He played it! It's a miracle!
He finally did it. TJ, do you feel vindicated? Do you feel good now?
Yes. Oh, that's such a cool animation. All right, well, now Prophecy has to find a way to deal with both.
Oh, wow.
And that's probably going to be a way to deal with both. You hex one, you fire Elemental, you hex the Ragnaros the Light Lord, you fire Elemental the other one, you push 2 more damage. Maybe that's the play.
Yeah, I mean, is he worried about committing too much to the board, though?
I mean, he's seen 2 activators. He's seen an equality. He's seen 2 activators, and he's seen an equality. So maybe he is a little bit worried about overextending onto the board. But how much can you hold back? You don't want to leave that Ragnaros up, and the only way to clear that plus preserve your board is to play Fire Elemental and Hex.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I think you just have to.
Yeah.
I mean, if another clear comes out of Pacoima, you got to believe that eventually Bloodlust is going to get you there.
Whoa, he's just going to let his board go off.
He's
just going to let it go off.
Okay, so it's just a pass here. Okay. Get in a little bit of damage, get the Doomsayer value, I guess. Pacoima's going to be getting pretty deep into his deck here, so maybe Solemn Vigil is something he's worried about. Now, what has died that has Death Rattle this game? I think one Torian has died.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. No Karen, no Sylvanas. Here's another Death Rattle minion and another Death Rattle minion. So starting to set up for this Zoth here as soon as possible.
I really didn't like the pass last turn. I feel like there was a lot. Giving up that initiative was going to be the nail in the coffin for Prophecy.
Yeah, I mean, like, he's winning. He needs to be able to push a little more there.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the Sylvanas won't be coming back now, but now there's no hex for the Tyrion when it comes on. There's no hex for Karen when it comes into the hand.
It's been a back and forth game.
Yeah.
All right, so we've had one Torian die. We have another one in play where we can get this one dead if we want sometime soon. We can get this Kieran to probably go off as well. I don't know, man. Letting that Doomsayer go off, I feel like you've almost given up any chance of bloodlusting this game by doing that turn.
Yeah, that's
Just because like
you
yield so much initiative back over to Bakoma that like
even just using Bloodlust and hitting his face.
yeah,
I think would have
but
been
just get in
better
the
than
damage
that.
when you can. Yeah,
Yeah.
if you're gonna do just pass that turn, I actually really like just bloodlusting. The more I think about it.
When are you ever gonna have 5 minions on the board? I mean, maybe next turn, but that's given. He's got clears now. He's got clears for days.
Yeah, he's never gonna have 5 minions like at the beginning of his turn, right? Like he's never gonna have a board that he can just get a really good bloodlust off. I mean, I don't think. Oh yeah, you gotta get that one in. Start chipping away again.
Yeah. And now, I mean, Pacoima can just trade in. I mean, this might be the N'Zoth turn.
Yeah, do a bunch of trading. Like trade into Thing from Below, trade into Fire Ellie, and then here we go.
Yeah.
Or you can do it this way. I mean, he's at a very high life total. He
Yeah.
gets 3 minions off N'Zoth, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's gonna do
used it really early last game, but this, I don't know if he feels like he needs to do this game. So it looks like he's just going to go with Coda after these trades. He wants to make use of this board while he can.
All right, I don't mind this. I mean, what's Prophecy gonna do? I mean, Prophecy might have to Elemental Destruction sometime soon here. He does have a few of the ways to unlock his mana crystals in his deck, so like maybe he's waiting for one of those as well. Well, there it is. We found it. The Manatide Totem.
One single Manatide Totem.
Versus the world.
Yeah. And Prophecy has to know that if he uses Elemental Destruction this turn, a N'Zoth is coming next turn.
Mm-hmm.
And then
like that's another reason why he should have just pushed earlier too. Is like eventually this 10 mana card is going to happen, right? Like you're going to run into this board where you're never getting in this damage again.
Yeah. Well, he gets a Taunt Totem, but it doesn't really matter. And doesn't even play Tuskar Totemic. So he's trying to bait out maybe a board clear? Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
He has an Eternal Sentinel in his deck. We did see that in an earlier game, so maybe he's trying to find that, but I guess you could Elemental Destruction on a turn, play Eternal Sentinel, play Tuskar Totemic, that's 6, 7, 8, like get a totem, and then maybe Bloodlust next turn?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's Zombie Chow again.
Better Zombie Chow. Oh, well, hello there, Stampeding Kodo.
That's how I feel every time I draw that card and you can get any value off of it. That sentence goes through my mind. Well, hello there, Stampeding Kodo. No one's ever beaten that card in their damn life ever. That card is so good when it gets value.
Yeah. So now Prophecy sort of has to play Elemental Destruction, or else he just dies the next turn.
And it's like, yeah, you can heal. This is really cute. I guess this does live through the Elemental Destruction as well.
Yeah, so he's going to go back up to 30.
Yeah.
But he doesn't even guarantee himself to clear the board. He might even leave a Stampeding Kodo up. Nope, he doesn't.
Well, he rolled high.
Oh!
Rolled Xaxes.
Yeah.
Rolled low on Harrison.
Yup. What up? That happened. And now Pacoma's just going to be like, okay, N'Zoth.
Good luck. Yeah. Yeah, this is a pretty good N'Zoth here. I've seen way worse.
Even a bad N'Zoth is still a good N'Zoth. Even if you summon one minion, it's still good.
Yeah.
Like you get a 5/7 and like a Cairn for 10 mana.
I'll take
That's
it.
Pretty good.
All right, so we're going to find a 7-drop here.
Let me change your mind.
All right, Cabal Shadow Priest. So we got a couple Yetis. All right.
Yep.
Yeah, now Pacoma can start to really get going here if he wants. He's even got Humility, Stampeding Kodo if he wants here. He's got True Silver Champion to help push a bunch of damage.
Reporting for duty.
Yeah, it looks like pushing damage is going to be... Okay.
Well, I guess you've already seen an elemental destruction out of your opponent. I mean, you're probably not getting cleared again. I guess you could hex the Cairn here. Yeah. And then start working your way through this board, but
How do you win?
yeah, you won by bloodlusting 7 turns ago.
Yeah. Ooh, punished! Punished!
Venture Company Mercenary, one of my favorite arena cards showing up.
Yeah. And the effect is not a battle cry, it is a persistent effect, similar to Nerubian Web Lord or Mana Wraith, which means that you got to factor that into account. It's one of the only things you can get punished for when playing Evolve or playing Master of Evolution. So,
have you ever had a Venture Company Mercenary get humiliated or frozen before? It's the worst feeling in the world.
oh yeah, when I first started playing Hearthstone, I played only Arena, so I know that feeling all too well. Or you just keep rolling Taunt Totem over and over again as a shaman against a Venture Co Mercenary.
I'm convinced that my opponents have a drag down menu for their shaman hero power. Like when they roll a totem, they just pick the one they want, and I just can't find it. Like I don't know where it is on the screen. It's hidden somewhere in the map.
Well, what does Prophecy have left? Lightning Storm. That's what he has left.
All right, so if we roll the right totem, you still can't get through Tyrion.
Still can't get through. Well, you can get through the slime, I guess.
Yeah.
2 chances to roll.
I guess you trade into the Tyrion here.
Yeah, and you're gonna want to play the Faceless as well.
Yeah, you need to just get some. You need to get some stuff going. Yeah.
Yeah. So can he make it through to the end?
Right,
Well,
so Pacoma's out of cards.
So he's got to work with this.
Oh, well, that's equality consecration if he wants it here, and then he could just push 10 damage to put Prophecy at 8.
He's gonna Humility and Stampede Kodo and clear the board, fill it up.
This is just good, yeah. This keeps an equality in your hand as well, just in case,
Yeah.
Yeah, this is still a great turn actually, yeah. And that's probably gonna actually do it. Oh yeah, Flame Tongue Totem.
Man, Flame Tongue Totem, best top deck.
Hey man, he could Bloodlust these guys next turn. Yeah,
How much damage would he have dealt with that Bloodlust?
I think he gets in at least like 12 that turn.
No. The turn where he missed it. Was it 21 damage?
Yeah, it was like 1 short, but it was a Doomsayer and what was the other minion in play?
The card he has left in his hand is Bloodlust. Koima has 20 health.
Yeah.
And with no healing left. He used all of his healing on his face. That would have been...
The game would have been drastically different. Yeah, the game would have been drastically different for sure.
I think the game would have played out exactly the same, and I think he would have won. But I'm just speculating here because it was like 10 turns prior. But he never used the Bloodlust. You're never going to find another opportunity to use Bloodlust, I feel, in that matchup. But that's going to be Pacoima tying it up 1 game apiece. And, sort of glad that Death Rattle Paladin's out of the way.
Same.
Get a little bit tired of watching that deck. Oh, man.
Yeah. So is this the new Resonant Sleeper deck? Is this the new just take forever Control Warrior kind of deck?
I don't know. I don't think it's usually that slow. Pacoima just takes a lot of time to think about his turn. So Prophecy as well. So we'll have to move into the next matchup and see how that one's going to be. I don't think these next decks have as much removal. Maybe the Mage does. We'll have to see. And it's going to be control.